branch of knowledge that examines and determines the rules for the construction and sequence of words in a language. A branch of knowledge that defines and describes the rules that must be followed in order to speak and write this language correctly is called grammar. Language knowledge that examines elements such as sound, word construction, vocabulary, meaning changes, sentence creation that make up a language and connects it to rules. It comes from the Greek gramma root. Grammar or grammar is a branch of science that studies the sound, form and sentence structure of a language and determines its rules. It examines a language from its sounds to sentences, all the language associations it contains, to cover its meaning and duties in a broad way. Grammar rules are formed as a result of people who are not prepared by a group and use that language, creating the necessary rules over time or changing existing rules according to the development of the language. Grammar is divided into sections according to the language elements it examines. The viewing portion of the audio information, the sounds of the language, phonetic, words and shapes of the subject section in terms of structure, morphology or supplies, the word in out of the way, i.e., by investigating the origin of this part of the derivation or origin information, etymologies, words and sentences with words or shapes which are part of the study, the relations between syntax or nav, the semantic meaning of language examines the mechanisms of that part is called. Just as the language is complemented by these elements, the knowledge of the language consists of these elements. Although almost all of these parts are studied separately in grammar, they are not separated from each other by precise lines and are always confused with each other. For this reason, grammar treats and examines the language as a whole with all its fronts. Human beings have made almost everything the subject of study and research thanks to the knowledge accumulated over time in the historical flow, tried to solve the secret of languages and thus revealed a new branch of science. The study of languages, starting with the ancient Greeks and Indians, tried to be determined by the rule that languages depend on, and the knowledge generated by these rules was also called grammatical knowledge. In parallel, the vocabulary of each language was collected and dictionaries appeared. Thanks to grammar, correct reading and writing of languages has been realized.